My name is Sebeh. I'm from Tunisia. I'm a dentist back home, and I'm also studying dentistry in Georgia State University through the Fulbright Program.
I'm Durand Warren. I am the Director of Behavioral Services for Williamson Health Wellness Center. We actually just received a huge grant to start a medical assisted treatment program to expand access to medical assisted treatment because we live in such a rural area.
Since I've been here into the United States, when I always hear about the opioid crisis, West Virginia is it's there in the news. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the history of the...
It's always devastating to look at how the opiate crisis, not just in West Virginia, but in the United States started.
Yes.
It started right here in West Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, which is right across the bridge. And if you look at a map that shows the opiate crisis and how it's grown, it actually started here and it's expanded so far now. And so it's devastating for us here that we had prescribers here that pumped opiates into this small town, this small community, and there was no regard for families, although people were dying at alarming rates, dying even at higher rates now because opiates have received some regulation.
Yes.
But now people have transitioned into heroin, which is laced with fentanyl, which is causing even more overdoses.
Actually, since I've been here in West Virginia for the past week, I mean, we talked a lot about the opioid epidemic and also about how collaborative the treatment should be. And when we went to the Williamson Health and Wellness Center, we saw that it's a one-stop shop for everything from behavioral health to mental health, also to primary care providers. So building on that, how do you see the future here in Williamson regarding the opioid crisis?
I see the future as promising. I think it's promising because we've just kind of failed forward as far as we've learned from our mistakes, and as far as the punitive piece and the rigid piece, we've learned that it's very important to incorporate people with lived experience into our treatment centers. And so we're seeing a big push of recovery coaches being utilized more and more in medical assisted treatment programs, in hospitals. People with that lived experience is extremely valuable when it comes to helping people maneuver their way through their recovery. So I see it as very promising in that regard. I see it as promising as far as job creation. I see it I see our future as promising.
If you want to have any questions about, so I come from Tunisia, and also I'm more interested also in the global crisis, the opioid crisis. So I mean, if you have any questions about for me, I mean, go ahead.
I do.
Yeah.
And it's one regarding stigma, which is before you came to West Virginia and you being here for a few days and being to interact with people, I'm curious, what was your vision of someone who is in opiate addiction prior to you coming here and after being here? Has that vision changed?
Yeah. Let me say, absolutely, it changed. But if I can go back a little bit more, I mean, back home, I'm a prescriber of opioids, and also I've also worked with pharmaceutical companies on opioid prescription. And I always saw back home, if a person is addicted to opioids, it's like the stereotypes that we see all in movies, that it's like a choice. He wants to be a drug addict or an opioid user, and he wants to stay that way. And throughout my studies, I've been learning more and more about the intricacies of that behavior. And finally, when I came here, And actually, I've seen actual ex-opioid addicted opioid users and how they are choosing not to be opioid users and choosing to be what I liked more, choosing to be actual effective members of their communities. So that was very impressive to see here in Williamson. That's why I mean, Williamson has a really bright future in front of it. So, yeah, thank you for the question.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to Wings.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I get the chance to come back too. So,
me too.
I want to also, thank Amizade, the Amizade Program, for letting us all be here and be able to talk today and have the opportunity to talk about it.